In Whitebridge, Washington, the past is never truly past. Shadows stretch over the streets, and whispers cling to the ivy-covered walls of Wildwood University. History lingers here, holding its breath, waiting for its secrets to be revealed. Some say the campus is quiet, but if you listen closely, you'll hear the secrets echo in the creaking floorboards of the old library, in the roar of the crowd at the big game, in the charged silence just before the curtain rises. Down every path, around every corner. Here, secrets are currency, and everyone has something they're fighting for.
Legacy, freedom,
revenge,
liberation.
These silent secrets may be hidden, for now, but the past has a way of clawing its way back. And once that seal is broken, nothing stays quiet forever. Welcome to Wildwood. Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to another episode of These Silent Secrets, Wildwood. My name is Nicole, and I will be your MC. We have an incredible show planned for you today, because where we last left off, we just met our new players for the first time, but now, let's see what they're really up to. Be sure to stick around at the end of the show for a promo from our friends at Queer PG. And with that, all that's left is the episode. Enjoy. Okay, perfect. We're gonna kind of do the same thing again until we all start kind of coalescing and meeting together. They will be quicker though, because we don't have to do introductions anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
Now that we're going through. But Elliot, midday, what's like a midday thing that you're doing on Friday? You already know what you're doing tonight. You know that you have this gala to get ready for.
I'm about to pick up my suit from the cleaners because I ran over not knowing that I had to, look presentable for this evening.
Yeah.
I think I am sitting there, working, on some cursory stories, a couple things that we are, that I had gotten notes from the others from that I am now typing up, getting together, all that good stuff. And then, probably class after that? I don't know.
Do you go to class?
I go to class.
Perfect. Yeah, you go to class, and you're the type of person that, people move out of the way in the hallway when you walk past. Not necessarily out of, respect or fear, but out of just, the aura that you bring. And, you can just see it. As you're walking, people are parting the hallway for you without even looking in your direction. They can just feel you there. And there's one person, however, that does not move out of your way. And you nearly run into them. And that is...
Oh, boy.
Hadley Ward. She's got bright neon pink hair. The kind of neon pink that requires nearly daily upkeep, probably ice cold showers, probably has that extra pink conditioner that she does her hair with every night just to keep that color as vibrant as it is.
You're literally describing my routine for my beard for a long time.
There you go.
After I dye my beard for weeks after, it's just cold showers, toner, conditioner.
Yes, that is exactly what Hadley's going through. She's got, from the way that you can see her now, she's got this almost cyberpunk gothic outfit on, and her arms are exposed. She's wearing sleeveless, and so you see a lot of crawling tattoos on both arms. She has nearly full sleeves on both sides. A lot of floral and foliage kind of vibes as far as the tattoos go. And she's got some serious piercings too. And she's this is my favorite thing. She has the glitter
freckles that you have to put on like temporary tattoos.
Yeah.
She's got those.
Very good.
And she does not get out of your way.
That's fine. You are Hadley Ward.
You get a medal.
No, hi, Elliot Sinclair. I just make it a business to know the fashion icons on campus, and you're working it today.
Oh, well, remind me to stop. I'm not getting paid.
You probably could. I'll keep my eyes out for anyone looking for some modeling stuff. I hope you have a great day.
Okay. And Hadley doesn't move. Like,
yeah. I give her like one more like assessing like just eyes like down up.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, I think I am like I was trying to be nice, but like if she's gonna be snotty, like I'm also gonna be snotty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll to shut someone down.
We've got our first roll of the campaign.
Let's go.
Yes!
All right, let's do it. You are rolling.
Let's
to
get that
shut
fail out
down.
of the way.
Yeah!
Someone down. That is an 11 plus 1.
Amazing.
Okay.
Oh.
Just on the off chance that some of you are joining us for the first time in this campaign, by the way, we're playing Monster Hearts 2 by Avery Halter.
Yeah, we really didn't do any sort of
No.
primer. No.
I even said, like, welcome if this is your first time. And I'm so... anyway, we're playing Monster Hearts 2 by Avery Alder. And so what Taylor here is about to do is shut someone down. Basically, when you shut someone down, you roll with a cold stat. And there's a couple things that you can accomplish by shutting somebody down. With a 10 up, that is a full success in this game. Between a 7 and a 9 is a partial success, which normally it will work, but there will be some sort of consequence that goes along with it. And anything under 6 or 6 and under is a fail, which means that you do not accomplish your current goal, but you do mark experience, which means that you are failing forward. Every time you fail in this game, you are always learning something and becoming a better person, better version. You are learning things. But Elliot doesn't learn anything right now because we got a full success. So your choices here, Elliot. On a full success, you will choose one from the list below. Hadley does not have a string on you, so you could gain one on Hadley. Strings are like social currency of sorts. You could give Hadley a condition, which is a social label, or you could take a forward to a situation similar to this.
I'm going to take a string on Hadley.
Okay.
And yeah, I give her like I said, just with the eyes, like one, like down up, I go, so adorable. And I just walk off.
Oh, that hurts.
Ow.
Amazing. Yeah. So, you take that string on Hadley and, she doesn't respond, but she kind of gives like the scoff, the like, ugh, one of fucking rich people. Am I right? Kind of scoff. Like,
look, I was trying to be nice.
Hadley, baby, you don't have backup.
she don't care.
You're not gonna win this.
And you kind of head on. Vi, what does kind of your midday look like? What do you do kind of in the middle of your Friday?
I think because Vi is slightly insane, I think Vi is finishing their last class by midday. It's just a straightforward block, like so that they have like most of the night to themselves. I think they're like walking from their last class. It was like intro to psychology, and we were we were talking about like the various theories, and it's like very clear that Vi has like a humanistic lens to therapy, probably to the chagrin of others in the course. But I think Vi's just walking. I think there might be like a text from one of his aunts, but like they're just like walking back. They have nothing to do with this gala. So
so you are walking through campus and you hear piano music, and it's just kind of like filtering, and as you kind of follow it through camp, like it's kind of loud. Like you can definitely tell that it's being amplified in some way. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of following it, at least paying attention to where it's coming from, and you do see that it is filtering from the library, and the door to the library is open right now, as people are kind of moving some stuff in, but you hear that beautiful piano music kind of coming from there.
Vi just kind of stops and goes, I hate being genre savvy, and then walks into the library.
Amazing. Yeah, it is a flurry of activity, especially midday. The gala is nearly set up. The walls of the library, like, they've taken the stacks on this first floor and they've kind of framed this middle area, almost like creating a circle of books, it's actually really beautiful. And they've put lights kind of hanging around them and fabric falling around, and it really does look nice. And there's still people kind of finishing touches and putting the place settings together, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. And your eye is drawn to the baby grand that they've set up by a stage. And the stage is kind of set up for a different kind of concert. Like, they have some amps and things going on up there, but the piano is set up off to the side. And you see this individual, a kind of very pale woman with short black hair, just below the chin, very, very proper and well kept. And she's sitting up very straight. He has very good pianist posture, as you notice. And she is just kind of ignoring everything else, kind of in her own world, playing some music.
I think Vi, I think as the camera focuses on this woman, I think we see Vi in the background sort of slowly but surely making their way to the piano. And he will just go, hi, I'm so sorry you're playing this lovely.
Thank you. Sorry. I get in my own little world sometimes. What's your name?
I completely get it. Vincent Temple. Some people call me Vi, but you can call me Vincent.
Oh, well, Vi, it is lovely to meet you. I'm Elaine Harbor, the new dean. I'm the new dean.
Hi. Welcome,
Hi.
I suppose.
Yeah, well, thank you. Oh gosh, sorry. You play?
I do, yeah. Do you mind
Nice.
if I...
Oh, please.
I think Vi sits down and sort of breathes in and breathes out and starts playing Claire de Lune before slowly transitioning it into Good Enough by Evanescence.
So good.
And I think Vi just sort of loses himself a little bit, just especially as we get into the Evanescence portion, that piano intro, and just before the the rest of the instruments are supposed to start, he stops. Sorry.
Wow, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Are you a music major here?
No, no, I'm a psychology major, actually.
Oh, well, that's very, very honorable. I do hope that you get a chance to play music, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Music's kind of just for me, I guess.
That's a shame. I understand, but it's a shame. You wouldn't want to play this tonight, would you? We had a musical artist planned. My dean of students told me that she was working on finding a replacement. They were going to play piano during the dinner hour and then a set
Nova,
afterwards.
Right?
Yes, Nova. Yes.
Yeah,
she told me she would be working on getting a replacement, but sometimes things fall into your lap. So would you be interested in playing piano for our dinner guests tonight?
Well, I certainly can. I don't have any plans or anything.
Well, we would certainly pay you for your trouble.
Wow, okay. Maybe just save that money for the charity. I'm not hurting or anything.
You are a very, very wonderful student.
And I think we see something come across Vi's face, something between thank you for the compliment and I'm sorry you think that. I guess I just want to help.
Well, I really appreciate that. And you would be saving me a lot of trouble. I was going to take it on myself, but I'm supposed to be... God, what's the word they used? Ah, yes. Schmoozing.
Networking, shaking hands, I get it.
Yes. Well, it would really help, and I think we'd all be lucky to listen to you play.
Yeah, well, here's hoping. I'm sure I've got something to wear to this, I guess.
Truly, it's not cocktail attire or anything quite as fancy as that, but, you know, think of it as if you were going to a job interview.
Okay. It was
thank you.
lovely meeting you, Dean Harbour.
You too. And it starts at 6:30 and the dinner hour starts at 7. You're welcome to start playing anytime between then.
Okay. I'll be here at like 6:15.
Wonderful. I will put your name on the list.
And Vi sort of like stands up from the piano, kind of like looking at it like a little longingly, like I better find something to wear.
And she kind of gives you a nod and then scurries off to go talk to other people and finish some more preparations.
As like Vi is like leaving, what the fuck did you do? What did you agree to, Vincent? Okay.
And yeah, you head out to go find something to wear for this. Key, what does your middle of the day look like?
Okay.
You seem so... Okay.
Back in the garage.
Yes.
If Key has a midday class, no, he doesn't. Because
Already skipping first week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro's got a lot going on. Has immediately texted their like phone group chat and is just like, "You're not gonna fucking believe this," and gives them the details. And I think at this current moment, we're probably, oh god, I'd say everyone's probably there except Yvette. I think we're waiting on Yvette. And
Okay.
so Key is just sitting, trying to plan out their set. And he's like, no, Rocky. Eat Shit is not a song that we can play unless we change the name to, like, Eat Dirt. We could call it Eat Dirt. I know it stops the rhyming. Fuck! And he's just, like, trying to figure out what's going on.
Rocky just looks over at you and is like, Yvette's never gonna sing Eat Dirt.
But it needs to be friendly enough that we can perform it in front of our grandparents. Thinking back to the scale. I don't know.
And Dex just like is like rolling on the drums a little bit, just like a soft beat in the back, and just says, "Eat it."
And this is why you're the best. And he's gonna write that down on this like this awful looking spiral notebook that he's just like scribbling in. As he's sitting like, okay, so Eat It could probably be a closer? I think it's a pretty good closer. As he's just in the zone.
And Rocky's just like, oh my god, are we like Weird Al Yankovic now?
Oh god, don't say that.
I'm saying it because everyone's gonna be thinking it.
But no one's gonna think that we look like fucking Weird Al. As he gestures to himself and Rocky.
And Dex in the back starts playing the beat to Beat It, which is then Eat It. And so it's like slowly playing that in the back.
Did you do that on purpose, you dick?
Eat it. Eat it. Just starts singing to himself.
Okay. We've got to have one song that's like nice, like a middle type song. So that, you know, people get screamed at the beginning, screamed at the end, but we need a couple non-screamers. I know we've been working on quieter shit, but...
Right. Well, why don't we play that love song that Yvette wrote?
And Q just pauses. Question, do I know the context of that love song?
It It's not a love song in the slightest. Like, it's definitely like an I hate you and you ruined my life kind of song.
Yep. Okay. And so Key's just like, I bet if we played it at halftime, maybe. We should wait for you then.
Well, you promised us for an hour. We're playing everything at halftime.
God, no, we can't play each thing at halftime.
And Dex just goes, slows down the beat and goes, eat it.
Yes, you're funny.
Dexter's got big ice bear energy from Movie Bears.
Not ice bear energy.
The garage door starts opening, and standing in front of the garage door is Yvette as the garage door kind of raises. And Key, what kind of outfit does Yvette normally have on? Like, what is her clothing vibe?
I would say she looks very, very put together for someone who hangs out with these chuckle fucks. She likes to sort of express herself more in accessories than anything else, like bright colored gloves and tons of necklaces. And so whenever she's on stage, she looks like neon and crazy, like a 2000s emo kid. But her base clothes are also like school appropriate because got into the school for a reason. And so she's probably in her normal school clothes. She's got the cool haircut, but otherwise she looks pretty, like, chill.
Yeah.
Eevee before the evolutions.
What's going on here?
Oh, perfect, your hair! And Key is going to basically just hop up, walk over with the spiral notebook, just immediately rambling, like, okay, so Rocky and I have been talking, but I don't like his opinion, so I've been the one who's writing everything down that we're gonna do, and he just starts explaining what songs they're gonna be playing.
This is... You know that this is the most crazy thing you've ever done, right?
Yeah, it is. She was hot. I'm sorry.
Look, if you do something like this for everyone who's hot, we'll never do anything for ourselves again.
But this is like a proper gig, and it's $50 a pop.
What's the set list?
Yeah.
I know that's right.
And I think they'd probably spend the next, like, hour practicing. Probably the next, like, 2 hours. I don't know if everyone else would shirk their stuff. I assume Dex would probably go to class at some point.
Dex leaves at one point, but, like, before Dex leaves, they set up the, like, electronic drum system.
The drum
that,
machine.
like, sets up the drum machine for you so that you can just, like... and has already loaded in a couple different songs and stuff, so, like, just sets it up and leaves, then comes back, tears it down, like...
Oh, they're so great. He probably, at a certain point, because they were also shredding really hard the night before, and he is rather new to bass guitar. I think there'd be a point where he would be, like, bandaging his fingers to make sure that they're not, like, too raw.
Yeah.
Because it would get to the point where I think one of his fingers would start to bleed, and he'd just be like, fuck, shit, okay. And he'd go get, like... God, it'd probably be something like fucking electrical tape if they didn't have a first aid kit.
Oh no! Yeah,
Having
probably.
met these children now, they definitely don't have a first aid kit.
He'd be wrapping his fingers with the electrical tape they use to wrap their amp cord. Like, it's just
100%. Yeah,
it would be a vibe. Wouldn't be
Been
sanitary.
there.
Oh my god!
But he's just spending time practicing.
Yeah, you spend that whole rest of the afternoon. The others are kind of in and out. Rocky definitely shirks the responsibilities, but Yvette and Dex both kind of pop in and out at points to go to their classes. But yeah, you spend the rest of the kind of mid-afternoon preparing for this gala.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And we'll come back to right before the gala then. Alex, what's been your midday like?
My midday has been mostly getting ready for this gala. I think at some point they do try to, like, preemptively set up the bar, like to build the bar the way that I would like to have it, so I know where everything is and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I think at this point that's kind of what they're doing right now, while still, like, kind of gauging the room and, like, looking at who's coming in and out.
Yeah.
And kind of, like, getting a lay of the land.
Absolutely. At one point, you get everything you want for the bar over in that area, and you can kind of once they see that somebody's kind of taking care of setting it up, they just put it in a pile next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of put it where you want it. And at one point you do hear piano playing from where the stage area is, which is pretty close to where the bar is. And then you look over and you see the dean, Elaine Harbor. And then a couple minutes later, you see Vincent Temple kind of take over. And you hear the music shift into Claire de Lune and then into Evanescence. And
which Alex gets a huge kick out of, by the way.
Yeah. And you kind of hear that for a moment. You don't really hear the words that are being exchanged because it's across the area. But yeah, you that's what you kind of notice in that. There's also a couple people moving about. You see at one point Hadley does make it in. And you know Hadley. Hadley works the front desk here. And so she kind of gives you a nod, and then she heads to the front desk.
I very affectionately, as she gives me the nod, I kind of very, like, affectionately but jokingly, like, stick out my tongue and give her, like, Flipper the bird, like, a fuck you, like, just from the distance.
You see she smirks at that, like, get some humor from that.
Mm-hmm. But I think seeing the two people at the piano, one being Edgar's roommate, who I know but have had no interaction with.
Yeah.
And also who I would assume is like an adult that looks to be somewhat authority that I also don't know yet.
Yeah.
Gonna break out like the grenadine, make 2 Shirley Temples, and then just like walk them over to the piano area.
Yeah.
And very clearly does not set them down on the piano, but on a table next to the piano. Just, here you go. They're non-alcoholic, don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get people what they need. Don't worry about it. You two looked thirsty.
And Elaine grabs it and she kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder real quick and says, I really appreciate it. I'll see you tonight. And then she kind of disappears.
I think the camera like sees Vi's eyes narrow, like they caught something in that. Like, I give people what they need. Like, I think that there's just like a note there before Vi just sort of like gently takes the Shirley Temple. We've met before, haven't we?
As the dean's walking away, like right before you say this, you kind of catch Alex like, yeah, it was great to meet you too. I can't wait to get to know each other. It's been such a great introduction, like very sarcastically. As she just takes, as the dean just takes the drink and walks away, without any introduction, like, hey, yeah, sorry, we have.
Yeah, you're around Edgar a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, you could say we're intertwined a bit. I take care of Edgar. He tries to take care of himself.
I've noticed.
Yeah, so you're his roommate though, right?
I am. Yeah.
How's our little puppy hanging out?
Like, and like, it's just the micro expressions of like Vi catching all of this. And it's just like, Vi's like, he's good. Kind of slept through his first few alarms, but I think the coffee I got him helped out, hopefully. I was kind of out and about and doing classes for most of the morning.
Yeah, he's, I don't know if you know this, but he's gonna be bartending, and very heavy on the air quotes, like, bartending tonight's event.
Right, so I would assume that you're also gonna be bartending this event.
Oh, it's gonna be only me. It's gonna be just me. Edgar will be there, though.
Got
so,
it.
yeah.
Funny enough, I'll be there too, playing the piano, apparently.
So you're the musical gig tonight.
No. I'm just the piano player. The amps are
Correct me if
for
I'm wrong.
someone else.
Piano is a form of music.
Yeah, but I'm not the main act. I'm just...
Oh, are you just kind of doing ambiance in the background?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the spotlight.
So why'd you agree to do it?
Because when the dean of your school asks if you want to play something, you go, yeah, sure, and then you blame yourself later.
So, like, you see Lex's eyes kind of, like, get wide, and she kind of looks back, like, so that was the new dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I gotta say, great to meet her. I don't know if you caught our long and lengthy conversation, but she seems great. We hit it off wonderfully. I feel like we're gonna be two peas in a pod.
So do you do that constantly?
Do you do that constantly?
Maybe.
Then yeah. I do as well. Look at us.
This is a bitch of a campus, isn't it?
I'm not the one trying to psychoanalyze everybody.
It's kind of my major.
Fair. Well, hey, for what it's worth, you seem good at it.
So do you.
You don't have to lie to me. It's fine.
I never said I was. Thank you for the drink.
I feel like there's some tension here that I'm probably exacerbating, and I apologize. I am a very sarcastic person.
I noticed.
I don't mean any harm by it.
No harm done.
Good deal.
Well, this might be a bit too much, but I just wonder why you feel the need to be. You know? Sarcastic.
It's not so much a need, more as it's just I'm bored and it's fun.
Yeah.
I gotta find this place a little superficial, so I gotta find ways to entertain myself through it.
Make a few cracks.
This wouldn't be my first choice of schools to be at. Let's just say that.
Got it. Thank you for the drink. And you notice that Vi has not taken a sip. He has just been holding it this entire time. Thanks for the drink, but I gotta find something to wear tonight, so I better motor.
Okay, well, if you're looking for any suggestions of places to go, just let me know. I've kind of familiarized myself with a lot of the shops and the good places to get things around here, so.
You don't have to worry about me.
Okay, I'll be at the bar if you need me.
And Vi will just kind of like do a little salute, peace sign, and then walk on out, placing the drink back on the table.
Oh, oof. I love it.
Lex just kind of like looks down at the drink and just kind of goes, okay. And then just picks up the glass and just downs it and then walks back to the bar.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Amazing. I want to give everybody an opportunity to like prep one thing or do one thing before the gala, but then we're going to pop into the gala. So, Elliot, is there anything you do before the gala?
I paint my nails to match my shirt.
Great.
Which I'm just wearing like a big double-breasted like suit jacket with matching like big pants, a white button-down shirt that's just unbuttoned far too low, and I also have a pair of fun dangly earrings. But yeah, I think it's one of those moments like I have like my dorm door like open, inviting conversation, and painting the old nails.
Amazing. Perfect. A couple people do take you up on it, pop in. Like, it's never like friendly conversation though. You can always tell that they're like trying to see what you know kind of thing. But they do pop in.
A lot of probing.
A lot of probing. And but yeah, then they eventually leave and you are ready for the gala. Vi, what is one thing you prep or get ready for?
I finally look at the text from my aunt. It's been several hours.
Yeah. What is the communication with your aunts normally look like? How do those do they talk to you often? Are they generally quick or lengthy conversations?
At like during like the first few nights, my Aunt Sagittale was just like, tell me all about it. Like, we're here for you. We're so excited. But I noticed that this was a text from my Aunt Andromeda. And so it has not been answered.
I love that. And yeah, so do you finally answer back?
I finally look at it and see what it is.
I think it's actually a little tamer than normal, this one. I think it's actually a picture, and it's of an outfit.
Okay.
And it just says, would this make my butt look big?
When have you ever cared about anyone else's opinion?
And you actually get another message back, and it says, from your other aunt, and it says, damn it, you just lost me $20.
For the audience at home, Vi's aunts are portrayed by Nicole Byer as Sagitta and Sashir Zameda as Andromeda.
Very good.
And so you get the feeling that you were just put in the middle of a game, a game that the ants were playing.
Like always. As they sort of like put away their phone and sort of like smooth out the sweater that they're wearing, and like these sort of like they look at themselves in the mirror and they're like in this like nice like black sweater with like high-waisted like blue trousers and like black-heeled boots, like nothing fancy. Like they kind of like pull out their locket from underneath the shirt, and so it's like the prominent like only silver jewelry that they're wearing. Like their hair is sort of like pinned back, not like in a ponytail or a bun, just like pinned back and out of the face.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Key, what's one last thing you kind of get ready for this gala?
Probably also trying to find a fit. I
Okay.
feel like he would settle on one of Yvette's black like button-up shirts because she's the one who has like nice clothes.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to like shove rings over the electrical tape
Buddy.
as well.
Poor fingers.
They've been we gotta get into shape, so they've been practicing way too much. But skinny jeans that the ones that have the least amount of holes in his closet, as well as just like black shoes, and he's wearing lots and lots of black, which makes the tape actually kind of work somehow. I feel like he'd probably throw on a necklace or two, once again, just raiding Yvette's jewelry. And then he would probably, like, as classes were ending and as professors were going to, like, their offices and things, very awkwardly knock on the office of his professor so he could get the lecture notes and claim that he got food poisoning.
The professor looks like he's about to kind of like be a problem, but then like just takes a look at your hands and just like sees what's happening, and just like you can kind of see the reservation, and he just kind of goes, all right, don't make a habit of it, okay?
Of course not, never would.
And gets you some of the lecture notes from the day.
Thank you so much. I will get the dissertation done soon. Thank you. And he runs.
Incredible.
Is standard motion just sprinting?
Yeah, kind of. Probably did track in secondary school. Cross country.
Caden's perpetually late Keystone.
Yeah.
I also imagine it's a very, like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
I know that's right.
Where it's, like...
A lot of flailing arms.
Yeah.
Very
That's so
Jack
funny.
Sparrow.
like, super long strides at the same time.
Legs might not be long, but he moves.
There you go. And Alex, what's the last thing you do before the gala?
Alex is going to go back to their dorm and get changed. I didn't mention this earlier, but also has a single dorm. Maybe from money? Who knows?
Who knows?
But single dorm. But changes into kind of almost like the stereotypical, like, server outfit.
Yeah.
Where it's like the black slacks, the white button-up shirt with, like, the black tie.
Mm-hmm.
But also very much, like, rolls up the sleeves of the shirt to, like, show off their arms a little bit. And takes off the blue eyeshadow and takes black eyeshadow and kind of puts, like, almost that, like, airbrush-looking band under their eyes.
Ooh.
But with, like, some silver glitter. And then, like, big silver hoop earrings.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And then takes their hair and kind of, like, a very short pony to just keep it out of the face while bartending. So, like, looks like the normal server stock outfit.
Yeah.
But also is going to be as ethereal and hot as possible.
It's the sluttiest thing I've ever heard, Marcus.
Tonight's the night for big, yeah. Tonight's the night for big earrings, too.
Hell yeah.
Forgot.
I've been wearing my hoops. I love that song.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us for this next episode of These Silent Secrets Wildwood. I hope that you had a great time getting to know our characters a little bit more because, let me tell you, things are about to take a wild turn. As always, you can find all of our information on where to find us online in the description of this episode. You can also support our show and our network, Ghostlight Media, by joining our Patreon. The link is in the description. Our Patreon is awesome. With that support, you get access to behind-the-scenes content, never before seen and never seen since content from each of our shows on the network. And you get to join us in the Discord where we chat about the episodes, and you might even get some sneak peeks. So please take some time and consider joining us on Patreon and supporting this show and all of our other shows on the Ghostlight Media Network. If you can't support us monetarily, there are other ways that you can support by sharing, letting a friend know, and leaving us a review or dropping a comment. Just letting us know what you think of our episodes really make our day. So thank you, listeners, for any support that you're willing to give. We appreciate it. Be sure to stick around, because right after I'm done talking, we have a trailer for a show that we think you're really going to like. We love our friends over at Queer PG, and they're doing some really fun stuff. So thank you, listeners, and we'll see you next time at Wildwood.
This has been a Ghostlight Media production.
Hey, you! You don't look familiar. First time in this part of the city? I see that sneer on your face. Better wipe it off before I do it for you. This is home. This is the best place you could ever want to be. Whether or not this is where you meant to end up, you found yourself on a rather fortuitous street. You see that corner building down there? 3 floors up. Lamplight Investigative Services. Friends of mine, you ask? Loaded words you're throwing around this evening. Good people is what they are, though. Not a single one of them will admit to being nice. Something about duty, yada yada. A bunch of BS if I do say so myself. Who am I? No need to worry your pretty little head about that. I'm sure my name will come up in time. But go, see for yourself, 3 floors up, gold gilded sign. As for Mama, don't tell him I sent you. She'll know what to do.
All doors are just windows that we can't see through. You ever think about that?
We provide our patrons with anonymity.
Hello, this is Mama Amaretta speaking.
Lamplight Investigations, a Thirsty Sword Lesbian's noir mystery. On Queer PG, every other Thursday.